Oran, can I get your assessment on the game today?
Obviously disappointed with the outcome and probably the manner of it as well in relation to, we came here with a distinct way of wanting to try and manage the first half, and I thought for the first 25 minutes we've probably done the hard part exceptionally well, but we also said that when we get to that stage in the game, then we've got to put more and more of a footprint on the game, and it's probably the opposite, just when we get to that stage of the game and then all of a sudden, just in two quick flashes, we're 2-0 down and we're up against it.
How frustrating is that, considering you did for 20-25 minutes contain them quite well?
Yeah, you're coming to Aberdeen, home to Aberdeen or away to Aberdeen is a tough fixture, and we know, from research how quickly they like to start games and the way they like to go about it. And I thought for big parts of the first 20-25 minutes we negated that and we were good with it. As I say, it was at that point where you want us to put our stamp in the game then and start to maybe have more forays forward and more opportunities in their half, and that was a disappointing aspect of it. Probably the first goal comes from a cross that we've highlighted as well, and the second one, to be honest, I think he more slides into it. It's a bit of a freak one where it just flies into the top corner. So disappointing from that point of view, and as I say, it leaves us with an uphill struggle.
You think the heads seemed to go down after the first goal went in?
I think the goals bring adrenaline and brings a lift, and it brought them a lift, and all of a sudden then, for them having just died for 5 or 10 minutes, it gave them a bit of a lift. We go straight up the pitch, and I think we have a chance from a corner, and then they break straight down the pitch, hit the post, and then a minute later, as I say, I think it's from that the guy steps onto the ball and fires it into the top corner. So it's disappointing from that point of view, and it's not ideal. There's been a cycle there of a couple of games where it's away from home where they're conceding and then conceding 2 or 3 minutes later, and it's so important even at 1-0 to try and get in at 1-0 at half time and then reassess and stay in the game.
Talking about that, the conceding the goals in quick succession in the last couple of away games, how do you try and arrest that?
Well, there's there's two teams in the pitch, so obviously when we have the ball, I think we need to do better. And I thought we were coming into the game and had made 3 or 4 forays forward. We'd won a couple of corners, won a couple of free kicks where we passed the ball well and moved it well. And I think number one, when we turn the ball over for our own possession, we've got to use it better. But number two, I think we've got to do our jobs better when the other team has the ball. I think we're in a league where we're going to have time in the ball, but the other team is going to spend time in the ball as well. And I think it's about how we do our jobs and stopping teams, getting into areas that we don't want them to.
Any positives you can take from today?
Yeah, I thought Simeon was fantastic today. I thought from start to finish the way he led the line with real class, and his finish was brilliant as well. And it's good to see him. Strikers are all about goals, and to have him up and running, and I suppose to get rid of that haven't scored in 5 or 6 goal record or whatever else. It's good to get that out of the way. We now look forward to a big 2 weeks, and we'll try and get a lot more work into the team for after the international break. Yeah,
is it maybe a bit of a blessing that there's no game next weekend and you've got the chance to work with it? I know a lot of the time, people say it's all you want in that next game to come, but it gives you the chance to kind of work with some of these players, and I know you've added quite a few over the last few weeks as well.
Yeah, we have. Just disappointing on the Adam one. I think it looks like his shoulder at this point in time, and we're not sure how that one's going to pan out. So, but yeah, for the likes of Simeon and Anton as well, it's important to get more training into them to get them fully up to speed. So, and we'll be using that in the next couple of weeks to do it.
Oran, thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.